Welcome back to the Third Ladies Podcast, hosted by your favorite people, Nate and Donnie.
How you doing?
On this episode of Third the Laces, we're going to have an extended episode because we did miss last week. We were very busy, and I'm not missing this year. We had our AFC standings predictions posted, so if you missed that, go check that out. But this week, we're going to be doing our NFC standings predictions and our playoff bracket. So let's just jump right into it, starting with the NFC South. You can go ahead and start us off. Let us know your NFC South.
All right. I'm gonna go with winning the division is the Saints. I think Michael Thomas coming back. I think he's on it right now. He's tired of the doubters.
Right.
He's tired of the doubters.
We have an agreement on that. What do you got him at?
I only got him at 10-7.
I got him at 11-6.
You got him 11-6. Yeah, I got him at 10-7. I got second place.
I believe in
who? Derek Carr.
Michael Thomas.
Oh, you say Derek Carr.
I believed in him a lot last year, and then he got hurt, and it was like everybody was laughing at me because I was believing in him heavy. But
when the dude's healthy all year, come on.
Another thing I don't know if it will with the pickup of Jamal Williams, and they just got a lot of depth at the running back position. Kamara suspended. Those first few games. That might affect those first few games a little bit, but it's only 2 games, right?
Yeah. No, I think it's actually it is 2 games.
Yeah. So
I thought it was gonna be 4.
I think they'll be okay. But
they'll be all right. But yeah, I got them at 10-7, and I got Falcons second. I got Panthers third, Bucks fourth. I got Falcons at 8-9, Panthers at 7-10, Bucks at 6-11. 10-8-7-6, right down the road. Bucks will be the worst team in that division. Sorry. But, without, I don't know, I know they got Baker Mayfield. Who's the other one? Who's the other quarterback?
They only got Baker Mayfield and Kyle Trask.
Yeah, Trask. That's what I was talking about.
But they still got Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Leonard Fournette.
Man.
Their defense is still solid. I don't know. I think I'm
gonna say Carolina's defense is good. Falcons' defense is picking up, and I don't know, man. I just don't see the Bucks getting there.
Who's Atlanta's quarterback? Desmond Ridder?
Yeah, it's Desmond Ridder, but I still can see the Falcons. I don't know. I just like their team.
We got disagreement there. I got Carolina second at 7-10. Third, I got Tampa Bay 6-11, and then fourth, I got Atlanta 5-12. Okay. Atlanta upgraded their defense a lot. They got a really good defense, but all they really added on their offense was Bijan, and then, Ridder. The offensive line is still not very good. Their receiving core is not very good. And I don't know. I just don't see them winning many games when I was going over their schedule. And Tampa Bay, they still got their receiving core. They're healthy. Godwin and Mike Evans. Mike Evans is the most consistent receiver in the league over the past decade. And Baker did bring the Browns to the championship game that one year. So, I don't know. You never know. But he looked all right, too, in that one.
Right there we got...
He only had one incompletion. He looked pretty good.
Yeah, we got Carolina and Bucks the same, but we're disagreement on Atlanta.
And I am actually high on Bryce Young. I think he's going to be really good. And Carolina, their defense is really good. Real young, really good.
Yeah. So
I'm also high on Carolina, but we disagree right there on that Tampa Bay and Atlanta. But yeah, moving on to NFC West, I'll start us off. First, I got San Fran at 13-4. I got them losing to Dallas, Minnesota, Jacksonville, and Baltimore. I think they're winning every other game other than that, man. I think they got all their division games. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think they're sweeping in the division this year. Think Seattle gets them once, or the Rams?
Yeah, I think Seattle gets them once.
Okay.
But that's it, though. 5-1.
I could see it. I'm not saying it's not going to happen.
In the division, but, the 49ers problem is quarterback. I know everybody's like, oh, Brock Purdy.
Kyle Shanahan said the only way that Brock Purdy is not starting is if he melted.
Yeah, so he'd have to melt in the middle of practice.
So He's their starter.
Yeah, I understand all that, but I can't put Brock Purdy in the top 15 quarterbacks in the league right now. I really can't. So with that, still 49ers are going to win the division, but I only got him in 11-6. I ain't got him 13 wins. No way. I got him in 11-6, and then I got Seattle, Rams, Cardinals.
You got 49ers at 11-6?
Yeah.
Are you with Bob saying that, or this is our friend Bob, saying that Brock Purdy last year was a fluke to 6 wins, 6-0?
I just think their defense is so good that it ain't hard to win with a mediocre quarterback. Like, you ain't got to score very many points. And they got weapons on offense. You got Chris McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk. I mean, I'm just saying it. And then you got Kittle. I'm just saying that.
Debo.
And you got Debo Samuel. It's just, they got the weapons there. They don't have to have an Aaron Rodgers or a Tom Brady or anybody like that to do good. Their defense is
I mean,
It's
yeah,
stout.
everyone knows that.
the defense is stout, and they got weapons on offense that they don't need that. Brock Purdy is not. He's not a great quarterback. They don't need a great quarterback. They got so much good stuff around him that it's gonna make him look good, and he's not good.
Oh, dang.
So I mean,
Heard him say it.
he's not on anybody's list, and I ain't even see him in the top 20 list. Like, what are we talking about here? You know what I mean? I don't know what to say. Like Geno Smith's better. Stafford is way better.
I agree. I feel like
Kyle Murray is way better. I mean,
Right.
come on. All the quarterbacks are better than him. It's just their team all around is the best team. That's why they're going to get win that
their
division.
defense is.
I only see him
just
going
covered.
11-6. I don't
I
see him winning
got him
13.
13.
I mean, I
They could
didn't
go
mark
11-6.
which losses they were, but I just came down and went like this through their whole thing, and I went, "That's a win." I think to win that, marked it, and see what my wins were.
Right.
But, yeah, I mean, I got them at 11-6. So they're definitely gonna win a division. I mean,
So what was your number 2?
I got Seattle 9-8.
I got Seattle at 10-7.
I can see that too.
My third is the Rams at 8-9, and then Cardinals 4-13.
Yeah, I got them at 5-12. You got Rams at I got them 8-9. You got them
I got them 8-9.
8-9 too.
What do you got, Cardinals?
Yeah, 5-12.
12. Rams 8-9.
Yeah.
Both got the Rams. Okay.
And honestly, Cardinals. I was being nice giving it 5. So.
I mean, they're
I
talking
see-
about
I see like
Kyler
3.
Murray will be out till like December.
Yeah, I'm like, I seen like 3, and I'm like, I can't be mean like that. I just can't do it.
3.
Yeah, so I'll give him a couple. I gave him
He
5.
said 3.
Hey, I mean,
That's crazy. I had him at 4. I guess that's not much better.
yeah, Cardinals will definitely be the worst team in that division.
Yeah, I have the Cardinals as one of the worst teams in the league, but it's just because of injuries, man.
And you lost your,
Yeah.
you got D-Hop no more. It's just, it's
Marquise
bad.
Brown's their number 1. It's like,
It's bad. So.
But you don't believe in the Seahawks and
They
making the playoffs?
they're
9-8, that's missing playoffs.
Not on my list, it ain't.
Oh, okay. All right. I was about to say, because I don't think that Seattle's in a degress. I mean, I know a lot of people don't believe in Geno, but I still believe in Geno.
I like Geno. I had him last
And
year in
then
my
Pete
fantasy.
Carroll's one of the best coaches.
I had
so,
Geno as my quarterback last year. He
Yeah.
did decent for me, especially at the end of the year. Then he just added the receiver from.
A main thing for them is they got to stay healthy, which everybody is right now, so they should be fine.
Yeah, they got the
As long as
receiver.
everyone stays healthy, though.
They got the receiver
Jackson
I wanted.
Smith.
Yeah, I wanted Green Bay to get. I
He's
was
a
like, man,
straight
Green Bay's
beast.
got to get this kid. Got to get. Nah,
Yeah, he
Yeah.
would have been nice.
we got Van Ness instead, but whatever. We'll see how it works out. Hey, you never know. That dude he might turn into a Hendrickson or a Sam Hubbard. We'll see. Or might
Oh
not.
my god.
Like, if you go back and look at... Nah, I'm not going to get into that right now.
Yeah, no, don't. Definitely don't. Okay, alright, let's move on. NFC North. Let's go with the NFC North.
We really went there right now?
Yep, you start us off. Come on.
What the... I thought we was going to hit that one last. But, all right. I got
NFC
Vikings
North.
winning it.
How bad does that hurt?
I mean, I can't be biased, dude. I gotta be real here. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, we're unbiased.
Yeah, I gotta be real, dude.
We're
Vikings,
completely unbiased. Remember that during this whole video.
Yeah,
We're
I mean,
unbiased.
Vikings are going to win the division. I know that everybody's hyped up on the Lions, but the thing is,
I know everyone
I
is
really
hyped
would-
up on the Lions.
yeah, I mean, I really did go through all these schedules really clearly, and I'm gonna do my first two just because it's the same. I got the Vikings and Lions as number 1 and 2, but they're both 10-7.
Whoa.
They're both 10-7.
What?
Yeah, both 10-7, but I got the Vikings getting the edge over top of them, barely winning that division. Then I got the Bears at 9-8, and then the Packers at 8-9.
Yeah, you think the Bears are gonna win 9 games?
Yeah,
Wow, that's crazy. Okay,
and Packers 8-9.
That's very interesting.
The Packers will be last in their division. They'll probably be first time in I don't know, like 68 years. And
That's interesting. That's very interesting.
it's just you know I'm gonna say this real quick. With Jordan Love being the first year as an actual starter, even though he's been with the team for 3 years, and he knows the playbook, he knows everything about it, and he has been making some good throws. I think he's been looking pretty good actually. But
There was just that one throw. It was 3rd and 13, wide open across the middle. Musgrave missed him. It's overthrew him.
But anyways, I just think with him being the first year starter, you got your other starters are 2nd-year wide receivers, and then you're trying to throw in your rookie as a 3rd wide receiver. Then you got 2 rookie tight ends you're trying to make starter. It's just a lot of young. There's going to be mistakes. It's going to be mistakes. It's going to happen. I just can't see all these young players just coming together with. I know that, to me the NFC is like is weak. It ain't near as strong as the AFC. I mean, come on, dude. It ain't even close. But the dang old Packers are going to go last in the division. Sorry.
All right, well, that leads me to what I'm about to say because I was just letting him go real quick because we got completely different thoughts here. I think Minnesota's gonna have a great season. I got them going 12-5, even without Dalvin Cook. I mean, even with his injuries, they've still been winning. So I'm just saying, Alexander Madison still a beast. I mean, teams have proven to be able to win without running backs. You've seen the Chiefs last year.
Addison's looking good too.
Yeah, he
He
is.
looks
He looks like a beast. I really liked him in week 1, unfortunately. But anyways, like Minnesota 12-5 first, and then my 2nd and 3rd, I have a tiebreaker between Detroit and Green Bay at 9-8, and Detroit getting the edge because of division wins. I think Detroit will have more division wins than Green Bay. I got Green Bay losing to Chicago, to Detroit, and to Minnesota.
Detroit and the rest? 3-3 in the division? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, for Green Bay, and then I think Detroit will go 4-2. Yeah, I only got them losing to Minnesota and then Green Bay. I don't think Detroit will lose to Chicago. But that might be where I go. I mean, you're not going to get the schedule perfect. I'm just saying, but
All right.
I got Detroit going 4-2 in the division, splitting with Green Bay, and I got Green Bay going 3-3. So that's why Detroit gets that slight edge. And then I got Chicago going 7-10. I think they'll have a much better season than last year. I think 7-10 for Chicago is a win. Personally, they haven't seen 7 wins in quite some time. So I feel like if they can see 7 wins this year, next year might be a 9-10 win season, depending on the moves that they make. I just feel like their offensive line isn't good enough right now, and going through their schedule, I just don't see them beating Kansas City, Minnesota, the Chargers, New Orleans, Detroit, Minnesota, Cleveland, Green Bay, the Raiders, Denver. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see them winning those. But you never know. Yeah, no, flying here. What?
Yeah.
But that's the thoughts on the NFC North,
Mm,
I guess.
I can't believe you had a. I don't know, man.
The reason I'm
I
saying
see
I
Bears.
guess is because I'm real nervous because a lot of people are real high on Detroit. And for some reason, when I'm looking at their team, I'm just not seeing it. Like, they got a really young team. I just don't see them winning. Like, I like Dan Campbell, too. I do. I really do. Man. It's going to be a fun season. Let's just say that. Like, I got them losing to Dallas, Kansas City. Hear me out. Tell me you can't see Detroit losing these games when you're watching this. Kansas City, Dallas, Minnesota, New Orleans. You see them losing those games? You think they can lose all those games?
Yeah, I mean New Orleans is one that.
New Orleans is in like week, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think this is week 13. Don't quote me on that, but week 13.
Okay.
They play New Orleans. That's New Orleans with everybody in there, assuming they're healthy. I don't know. I don't think they're winning that. And then the Chargers, Raiders, Baltimore, Green Bay. I guess they could sweep Green Bay. But, I mean, I don't see it. Green Bay's defense is top notch still. They got a very young offense, but their defense is still
Yeah, I mean it's there.
one of the best in the league. So, I don't know. We'll see how this year goes. Yeah.
I mean all mine are
NFC
like right
North
there.
was
Look,
one
I
of the
mean,
hardest divisions for me to rank for some reason. I don't know why.
because like mine are all just one games away from each other. 10-7, 10-7, 9-8, 8-9. They're all like right there. So I mean, to me, like anything can happen on those either. You know, if get a couple slips.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see Green Bay go 8-9. I'm not gonna lie to you, but yeah. Moving on, NFC East. You want to start us off here? Finish us off with the NFC East, and then we're gonna.
But the over under for the Packers this year, I mean, interrupt you, is only 6.5.
I think I'm gonna go over on that. Green Bay
You
over
think?
6.5.
Yeah, I mean, come on, dude, that's not right.
If you're a sports bettor, that's a pretty good bet, in my opinion.
But, all right, go ahead.
We got the NFC East left, and then we're gonna tell you our NFC standings, 1 through 7, who makes the playoffs, and then the extended part of the episode. We are going to be doing our playoff bracket, like I said at the beginning.
Playoff.
But yeah, you can start us off with the NFC East. Stay tuned for that playoff bracket.
Let me start at the East too. All right.
Yeah.
Come on, I'm Eagles winning the division. I mean, the
You think that's obvious?
I mean,
A lot of people are saying. A lot of people are high on the Cowboys. A lot of people are saying Cowboys.
no, I ain't saying I ain't high on the Cowboys. I'm just saying that the Eagles just made their team better. Like, how's that even
so did
possible?
the Cowboys.
I mean, I did too, but not. The Eagles are different. I got the Eagles getting the most wins in the whole league at 13 wins. And 13-4. Then I got Cowboys at number 2, 11-6. And then Giants 6-11, Washington 5-12. So I got Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, Washington.
Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, Washington.
That's mine. Yup.
Well, we got the same order, but we got different records. I actually, at first, when I first did my standings and my schedules, I had Philly at 14-3 and only losing to the 49ers, Dallas, and the Giants. But because of their strength of schedule, I was looking at their schedule. It's so tough. There's no way I just don't believe they're gonna win every single big game. There's no way they're not gonna have some mistakes. Every team has mistakes. Maybe an injury there. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just got to happen. Every team goes through it. So I have Philly at 13-4. And then second, I got Dallas 12-5. I think they're going to have a great season. I could even see them going 13-4, honestly. Like, looking at their schedule, I really could. I got them losing to the 49ers.
I mean, they really could too, but man, it just seems like Dallas just loses games that they shouldn't lose.
I know, but this year with Gallup, Brandon Cooks, CeeDee Lamb, Trayvon Diggs, Michael Parsons.
I try to explain that with Tommy too, and he's like,
Tony Pollard.
he's just like, don't believe that they're going to be anything.
Some people, I mean, you got those Dallas haters. You
It's
do
like,
got
it's
those
Dallas,
haters.
dude. What do you mean?
Yeah, it's Dallas, but that's a dumb analysis in my opinion.
Yeah, I got him definitely
I
second.
think if you look at it, Dak,
I can definitely see 12 wins in him, though, for
I
sure.
feel like not having to focus all your attention towards CD Lamb is going to help Dak a lot. You know what I'm saying? And help the offense a lot. The tight end position is probably their weakest spot, really. Their offensive line's still solid. Their defense is great, one of the best. And then you got Brandon Cooks in your slot and then Gallup and CD on each end with Pollard in your backfield. That's one of the best offenses in the league, the Dallas Cowboys. So I got Philly 13-4, Dallas 12-5. Then I got New York Giants 10-7. I think they're still going to be a pretty solid team. I think Daniel Jones is an all right quarterback. Saquon is top 3 running back in the league, arguably top 1.
Oh, you got Giants at what?
10-7. What do you got on that?
6-11.
The Giants at 6-11.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, no.
10-7.
I got
I
them
looked
at
at their
10-7.
schedule. I went through their schedule good. I don't see no 10.
10. Yeah, how are they going to degress? They got better. They have Darren Waller, Darius Slayton, all their receivers healthy. Isaiah Hodgins. You don't think they're going to be 10-7 in the NFC?
I haven't heard you name one kind of superstar or anything on defense.
Okay, well, whatever.
When they're getting 38 points scored against them every game.
If you left them out,
You
like,
can't win.
They got a young defense, but it's still. I think they'll be 10-7. I mean, look at their schedule. Oh man!
God,
Last I have Washington 4-13.
I had 5-12. So that's pretty close.
Their quarterback situation is tragic. Their offensive
I
line
know
is
it's-
tragic. Their defense is tragic. The Washington is pretty tragic this year, man. I'm sorry, Washington.
It's going to be between Washington and the Cardinals on who's the worst in the NFC.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It might be the worst in the league. That might be the 2 worst teams in the league. That might be number pick 1 and 2.
I don't know, man. Colts and the Texans are pretty bad.
Colts are not going worse than 5 wins. What?
I think the Colts and the Texans are worse than 5 wins. I got them both at 3 wins. Colts and Texans, I got both at 3 wins.
I got Texans at.
And then I got Washington at 4.
And 3 what?
And I got Arizona at 4. But, I mean, teams never really get 3 wins. They'll probably get
I got
a
Colts
game or
and
2
Houston
more.
at 7 wins.
I just don't see that happening. But, you know, you never know. Jonathan Taylor's not going to be there. So, I mean, I don't know how they're going to win 7 games. But if you're talking about young team, you think they're going to win 7 games with their team? Or, I mean, you never know. I mean, go back at the AFC episode. You want to see that debate. But
And of course, I did. Like I said, when we did.
we was on that for a minute.
Yeah, we was. When we did the AFC episode, it's, you know, I also put that record on there with Jonathan Taylor behind in that backfield, helping that team win. So, if he really ain't going to be there, yeah, there are going to be worse than that.
That's what I'm saying.
They're going to be worse than that.
But, you know. Now for our extended part of the episode. No.
No.
We got to do our NFC standings.
Yeah,
I'm so
yeah.
sorry. I'm just excited to do the playoff bracket. I've been waiting for the playoff bracket. It's been 2 weeks. We got the AFC episode. If you haven't checked that out, go check that out. And, yeah, NFC standings. I'll start us off.
Let's see it.
First, and this is the only reason why. So, first and second, San Fran and Philly, they have the same record, 13-4. But in the regular season, I do have Philadelphia losing to San Fran, if you remember me saying that earlier in the episode. So I got San Fran getting first at 13-4. Second, Philly 13-4. Third, Minnesota 12-5. Fourth, New Orleans 11-6. And then fifth, Dallas 12-5. Sixth, Giants 10-7. 7, Seattle 10-7. And yes, I have Detroit missing the playoffs at 9-8. I'm sorry. To all the Detroit stands, I'm sorry. I got Detroit 9-8, and then you got Green Bay 9-8, Rams 8-9, Chicago and Carolina at 7-10. But yeah, I got the Giants going 10-7, and Seattle going 10-7, and I don't think Detroit's gonna have a better season than them two teams. That's just my opinion.
That's his opinion, guys.
That's my opinion. I'm sorry. We'll see at the end of the season. I know not many people are going to agree with that, but you can argue. You can argue Detroit getting seventh. I mean, I'm not mad at that. Sixth. I'm not mad at that. But the people saying Detroit's going to win the division, I think, is a little crazy. I mean, you having them tied like that is crazy. But look at you getting a little ahead of yourself. You ain't even done your standing
We
yet.
1, 2, 3.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
looking at them like that.
All right, well, let me hear your standings. I got just to recap, I got San Fran 1, Philly 2, Minnesota 3, New Orleans 4, Dallas 5, Giants 6, Seattle 7. Detroit missing at 8. I'm sorry. Just by game.
You got Detroit missing.
Yep, I do. I'm
Cool.
sorry.
Why you gotta be sorry? All right, mine, I got Eagles number 1 in the division. Number 2 is 49ers. They win their division. Vikings win their division. Number 3, Saints at number 4. 5 is Cowboys. They might, if they could win their division, they'd be higher. Obviously, I think Cowboys might even almost be at the same record as the 49ers. Honestly, I think I do got them both 11-6. Let me look at that real quick. 11-6, 11-6. Yeah, both of them 11-6. Honestly, I don't know. But anyways, number 6, I got Lions, because they're going 10-7 in my book. And number 7, Seattle at 9-8. That's mine. So I got Eagles.
So you don't have Giants.
I ain't got no Giants. Giants ain't in there.
So that's what you have switched.
Yeah, only thing we got different is I got Giants in, or you got Giants.
Your
in,
first is
and
Philly, and then your second.
I got Philly winning it. And the only reason I got Philly above the 49ers, obviously, is because their quarterback plays better. I think their team is almost just as good all the way around, and their quarterback's better. They're the number 1 team. Probably gonna have the best record in the whole league.
Yeah, I agree. I had them at 14-3, but I mean, I feel like that wasn't fair because of the strength of the schedule. But
Yeah, so the only thing we got different was I got the Lions and you got the Giants in there.
Yeah.
But, it's pretty close.
Yep.
It's pretty close.
Let us know what y'all think in the comments. Let me know, what I'm saying, what your opinions. If you have totally different disagreements or, whatever, what you want to hear us talk about next week or the next episode. Next episode, we're going to do a little fun episode, some like game mode segments. But yeah, here we go with the extended part. Extended part. NFL 2023-2024 preseason playoff bracket. Let's jump right into it. Let's start it off with the AFC. You start us off.
All right, for my wild card round for the AFC, this will be interesting because I got the Bengals winning the AFC, so they get the bye.
Right.
So the number 2, that's why I have Buffalo, will be playing number 7 Dolphins, and I have Buffalo winning that game. We going that far yet? Should I just say?
Yeah, go.
Yeah, I got Buffalo playing the Dolphins.
Just a wild card.
Yeah, just a wild card. Buffalo playing the Dolphins, and I got Buffalo winning that. And then I have 4 and 5, which is Jacksonville and the Ravens. And I have the Ravens slipping on past the Jacksonville on that one. So that'd be 5 beating the number 4 team. And then this is the one I'm going to get a lot of criticism on. I have number 3 Kansas City versus number 6 Jets.
Oh my God, I know what he's about to say. No, he's not.
And this is where Aaron Rodgers says bye-bye to Patrick Mahomes. and I have the Jets beating the Kansas City Chiefs. So it'll go to the worst team coming out of that division will be the Jets at number 6 playing the number 1 Bengals, and Buffalo playing the Ravens.
All right, here's
Write it
my
down. Write it down.
Yeah, this is my wild card round. You're crazy. You're absolutely crazy. My wild card round, I got the Bengals getting the bye week, and Chiefs and Jets. Chiefs getting 2nd, Jets 7th, and I got the Chiefs winning that, of course. Come on, dude. Chiefs is getting 2nd, in my opinion, in the AFC. Jets, I have barely squeaking in. Go watch that episode if you haven't. Next playoff series I got is 3rd place Miami versus 6th place Bills. I actually got the Bills winning that wild card playoff game. I'm sorry, Miami. I just think that Josh Allen is a different breed when it comes to the playoffs. So I think he's going to win
Unless
that
he
game.
plays the Bengals.
We'll get to that. Anyways, the next one, I got the same, actually, 4 and 5 as you, Jacksonville, Baltimore. But I got the Jacksonville beating Baltimore.
Ooh, okay.
I'm real high on Lamar. No one else
All right,
really
good.
is. Like, a lot of people criticize me for that. But I just feel like Jacksonville has the better football team. And if it does come down to Jacksonville, Baltimore in the first round, I think Jacksonville's going to win. But I could see Baltimore winning. Like, that's not something crazy to say. It was very hard to pick that game. I was looking at this for a minute. Like,
Oh, I was
it was
too,
hard to
trust
pick.
me.
It was hard to pick. But
Like if you go back and look at my scrap page on
that,
this AFC bracket, it's I rewrote like 8 times. Like it took a minute. It was
this is my clean slate.
this is my clean slate too.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
My divisional round, that would set it at Bengals versus Bills, and then because that's a 1 seed versus 6 seed Bills, and then Chiefs versus Jags, 2 seed Chiefs versus 4 seed Jags. Don't that sound like a great divisional? All right, you start us off. Come on, let's hear a divisional. So Bengals versus Jets.
Yeah, I got Bengals versus Jets. I got Joe Burrow versus Aaron Rodgers. Except
That would be great. I would love to see that.
yeah, but except Joe Burrow obviously prevails, or the Bengals, whatever the team prevails. I have the Bengals winning against the Jets, and I got Buffalo beating the Ravens. I think that the Ravens, if they stay healthy, they'll be all right.
Okay, so you got a Burrow versus Allen championship game.
Yeah,
Ooh,
so I got a
I
Burrow.
like that.
I got a Joe Burrow versus Josh Allen
I like that.
AFC championship game. I've been waiting for it. I've been wanting to see it. This was the AFC championship game I've been wanting to see the last couple of years.
I like that.
And that's what I got going at. And everybody will say, oh, you're buzzing. You know, no, this is, if you look back and you look at this Bengals team come back healthy, it's nasty.
With Orlando Brown, come on, man.
Yeah, it's
4 time in a row.
Yeah, so I'm
4
just,
years in a row.
I don't, it's going to be, if the Bengals, if Bengals stay healthy, I don't see them winning or losing too many games, honestly. Especially when it comes to playoffs. Joe's a different breed when it comes to playoffs. He's already proved it. So I got the Bengals versus Buffalo and AFC.
That Buffalo Ravens game, if it did happen, would be pretty crazy.
Oh, that's gonna be a great game. I ain't saying
feel
that.
like if
I'm not
it
gonna
did
say it's a
come down-
domination or nothing.
I feel like if it came down to that Bengals Jets, it would be a domination game. I feel like it wouldn't be close.
I feel like we would win by 10. Yeah,
Like, I feel like it would be like that
be
Bengals
like,
Bills divisional
it'd
game.
be like 27-20. You know, the Jets would be kicking a field goal and trying to go for an onside to get it back, and didn't get it. You know, it'd be that type of thing.
All right, well, my divisional round, I got Bengals versus Bills. I got the Bengals beating the Bills. I mean, just it is what it is. They're the better football team. They're just, them and the Eagles are the best football teams in the NFL this year. I'm sorry to say. Just look at the rosters, their quarterbacks. I mean, come on. And then Chiefs versus Jags. I think that would be a great divisional game. I got the Chiefs winning that, so it would be Bengals versus Chiefs AFC Championship rematch. But
Okay.
this time in Cincinnati, Ohio. Cincinnati, Ohio, hosting an AFC Championship game.
For sure.
That's what I believe is going to happen. Like, not
Okay.
even on no bias. I'm just excited to say it because I've never been able to say it. Even last year, I didn't have the Bengals like this. The year before that, I didn't either. So, yeah, I just really believe this year. I just don't see many flaws in the Bengals this year. Like Burrow's chemistry
You're
with
saying those, yeah. I mean, I don't.
Chase, and then you got Higgins and Boyd, and then all their backup wide receivers are even really good. Yoshi, Irwin, all them guys, and then Irv Smith, Joe Mixon, Travion Williams.
Yep,
Getting led by Joe Burrow. Wougier's healthy. A lot of people forget about Wougier. He's healthy. B.J. Hill, Miles Murphy's back. Miles Murphy's added to our defense, but Bengals versus Chiefs gonna be my AFC Championship game. You got Bengals versus Buffalo.
I got Bengals versus Buffalo, and before we move on, you're saying the Bengals and the Chiefs have like the best. Like, explain how you think the Chiefs got one of the best rosters on offense. Name their players. They're the best.
All I'm saying is the Chiefs always find a way. Patrick Mahomes will find a way. They're
But besides Mahomes and Kelsey, who on their team on offense is a superstar?
Like Pro Bowler?
Like that's going to make
It
a
doesn't matter.
difference.
Mahomes makes those players
and
Pro
make a
Bowlers.
change.
It doesn't matter if he hits them in the hand, they're going to catch the ball.
Mm. I mean, you would hope, yeah. There's no guarantees. I think they're going to regress. Y'all going to eat your words on this one.
That's what you believe.
I'm just trying to think of like what players are going to get the Chiefs all the way there. Look at the team. Look at the teams on
Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes.
And their defense is
good enough.
Just good enough, huh? Yeah, I mean, I'm just wondering. I don't know. I just don't see. Even if I'm wrong, they make it past there. They're not making it to the AFC Championship game.
You have them losing the first round.
Yeah, I know, because their team's going to regress, dude. It's not. You got to have players. You got to have playmakers. You can't be just Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes, like, and Andy Reid. Like, you can't be just them three.
And you don't have just them. You got Clyde and Pacheco in your backfield. That's a great dynamic duo there. Like, you're telling me that's not a good dynamic duo right there in your backfield. For Mahomes, they don't run, ever.
Yeah, we got it. You got it.
Hey, you can disagree. You got Buffalo in the championship game. I got Buffalo regressing. I got them at 6.
I know you got them at 6.
Like, why do you think Buffalo's going to be second? What? Buffalo second?
Yeah.
No. Not happening. Why is Buffalo going to be second?
Because they got the defense to prove it, and they got a quarterback that can make shit happen too. I'm not saying Patrick Mahomes can't make stuff happen, but they ain't got no Stephon Diggs. They got Travis Kelce. I understand that, but Kelsey's a tight end too. He's not a wide receiver. He's not making the. He's not somebody's going to beat. He's not going to beat somebody over the top. I don't know, man. We'll see.
I mean, he's a matchup nightmare.
Yeah.
Corners are too small. Linebackers not fast enough.
Right.
But, whatever. Bengals, Buffalo. Who you got winning?
Say, dude, the same teams can't make it to the championship every freaking year.
I'm not saying every year. I'm just saying this year it's going to happen.
Yeah, but
I'm sorry. You're going to see a lot of it.
6 years straight.
You're going to see a lot of it.
Not happening.
That's what everyone said about Tom Brady. Are you really going to be missing out on this? You're going to miss out on these Mahomes takes. Free Mahomes takes. He's literally giving you free takes. Just pick me to win. It's going to happen. He figures out ways to win, man. Him and Andy Reid and Kelsey, as long as they're together in their primes and healthy, they're winning. So he's got good enough receivers. They're all fast. Justin Ross, 6'4", beast. Dog, he's going to blow up this year.
Who?
Justin Ross. He's going to blow up this year. Dog, 6'4". I said that last year. He got hurt. He's healthy.
Hopefully he can stay healthy. Hopefully you want them people to just keep getting hurt.
All right, well.
So you got one in your AFC Championship game.
Who you got one of yours? Bengals over Buffalo.
Bengals over Buffalo. Just like you said, Bengals over Buffalo.
And I got Bengals versus Chiefs. It's going to be a close game as always. Mahomes versus Burrow.
At Cincinnati.
But when it's at Cincinnati, in Cincinnati, you're not winning. They're not going to win in the jungle. Cincinnati. So I got Cincinnati advancing in the AFC to the Super Bowl.
I mean, I do too. I know it's kind of crazy, but dude,
It makes me feel so sick because y'all all thinking in your heads bias mofos, bias, but nah.
Look at our team, man. It's hard to go against them. To me, it's hard to go against them.
Like, I was really looking through the other teams. I was really being optimistic. That's why next week we're going to do a segment, top 5 Super Bowl surprise teams. Like, teams that could make the Super Bowl and surprise everybody. Top 5. Because everyone is going to say the Bengals take is bias, which is really not. You look at a lot of other analysts, they have the same thing. I've seen some analysts have us having some crazy records. But, I don't know. We'll have top 5. That'll be one of our segments. Top 5 surprise Super Bowl teams. Teams that could be, surprise and make Super Bowl.
You want to have something else with that, too.
Yeah. And, let's switch over to the NFC, though.
Like that terrible tape by Colin Cowherd.
Yeah, he had like a top 10 QB wide receiver duos. Here, I'll pull it up. Now that we're on the topic.
Can you, make it big and, get up on there and show them,
If you can see that list, they got he's got Trevor Lawrence and Calvin Ridley, number 2, who haven't played with each other. I don't know how that's fair when Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs are clearly proven a lot. And then you got Justin Jefferson at 7 with Kirk Cousins. There's just a lot with, a lot of these analyst guys' lists that we don't agree with and we would like to do our own segments on. Because, that's just blasphemy, in my opinion. Blasphemy. But yeah, let's move on to the NFC. That'll be for next week. So stay tuned for next week's episode. Let's jump into AFC or NFC so we can get this Super Bowl matchup going. I'll start us off this time.
All right.
I got San Fran first, like I said earlier. They're in the bye, and then you got Philly second and Seattle 7th. I got Philly beating Seattle in that wild card matchup. I'm sorry, Seattle, but it's going to be a repeat of last year, in my opinion. Minnesota Giants, round 1. Giants, I'm sorry, but I got Minnesota beating you guys. And then Saints and Dallas. I'm real high on Dallas this year, so I got Dallas over the Saints in that game. So, yeah, I got Philly. That would put me at Philly versus Minnesota in the divisional, and then San Fran versus Dallas. Switch
That's
over to
pretty
you. Yeah, San Fran versus Dallas, Philly versus Minnesota. That would be pretty nice divisional, but, I think I was playing. Somehow the Giants will be in the divisional, and everyone's going to be like, what? Or the Saints or something. It's going to be some team like that.
Well, I got the Eagles first. Obviously, they get the bye. And obviously, I got 49ers second, Vikings third, Saints fourth. So, I got 49ers playing Seattle, because I got Seattle 7th. Obviously, I got 49ers beating Seattle out. 49ers beating Seattle out, sorry. And then, 49ers beating Seattle out. So, 49ers will come here. And then I got the Vikings losing to the Lions. I don't know why I keep marking this. Sorry about that.
Vikings losing to the Lions.
Losing.
So you think the Lions are going to win a playoff game?
I think they're going to win the
year.
playoff game this year. I got the Lions. Again, I got some upsets happening this year, guys. Okay, I can't just have the winners winning every time. We're going to see some different this year. There's going to be some different.
Yeah.
We're going to see something different this year. So I got the Vikings. You got Bengals and Chiefs again. What do you mean you got something different?
Okay, fast forward. Fast forward.
So, anyways,
game. I bet you
it's Vikings and Lions. I got the Lions sneaking it
out.
out. I got the Lions sneaking it out on them because it's just the Vikings out. They lose playoff games. So do the Lions, but the Lions are going to prevail. And then I have Saints and Cowboys. Cowboys are definitely going to beat the Saints by a whole lot, by probably 17 points or something stupid. And so I got the 49ers versus Cowboys, Eagles versus Lions. Eagles will beat the Lions by 10 or more. They're obviously going to go to the NFC Championship game. Oh, wait, we ain't there yet.
No, you can go. You can go. You can start that. You can start divisional.
So go ahead.
Yeah, keep going.
Go ahead. Oh, my bad.
So Eagles beating the Lions.
Yeah, so I go ahead and it's Eagles 1 versus Lions 6. Eagles beating them to go to the NFC Championship game. And then I got the Cowboys beating the 49ers. If the number 2 Cowboys gets number 2 49ers gets number 5 Cowboys. I think the Cowboys are going to prevail above them. I think the Cowboys are going to be sleepers this year. Everybody better be watching out. Especially if they stay healthy. I think they're off, like he said. Their offense right now. They're good players. If they stay healthy, they're going to be dominant. So now in the NFC, I got Eagles versus Cowboys.
All right. My divisional, I got San Fran versus Dallas. Like I was saying earlier, I'm very high on Dallas. So I feel like, quarterback don't matter until you're in those big games. And you're playing a team who has the defense just as good as yours. And San Fran and Dallas. Dallas has just as good a defense. And, it's going to come down to that offensive game, and I just feel like Dallas is going to squeak that game out. It's going to be a very close game.
Look at that Dallas 49ers.
Yeah, I got that.
Getting there.
But I got Philadelphia, Minnesota. You got Philadelphia and the Lions.
Yeah.
I got Philadelphia, Minnesota. Minnesota, your time has come. I'm sorry. But Philadelphia Eagles are going to knock you out of the playoffs. It's probably not going to be that close of a game, but Kirk is in those games. I'm sorry, Kirk. Not really. But, yeah, so I got Dallas and Philly in the NFC Championship against each other just like you do. Same
It's
thing.
they just got their different ways.
Different ways, yep.
It's got their different ways. That is kind of crazy. Mm-hmm.
And I'll start off with the NFC Championship winner. Dallas versus Philly at Philly. It's very hard to go back-to-back. It's very hard. Not many quarterbacks do it. But not many quarterbacks are in a situation that Jalen Hurts is in this year. Not many quarterbacks are in a very weak conference that only has a couple teams. San Fran, who doesn't really have a quarterback. Dallas, who's always fluky. Minnesota, who has... Alexander Madison's all right. But it's Minnesota. Kirk Cousins always fluky. You got a bunch of fluky teams, and you got Jalen Hurts, the most solid quarterback over in that conference. I'm going to bet all my money on him. I got the Eagles over Dallas in that NFC Championship game. I just think that Jalen Hurts is going to be the difference in that Super Bowl. He had one of the best Super Bowl performances by anybody. He could have had Super Bowl MVP even went losing. So, I just don't see them losing that game, especially in Philly. So, yeah, I got Bengals and Eagles Super Bowl matchup.
Well, alrighty. To his point, it's hard to go back-to-back, and that's the reason I'm not putting them back-to-back.
Very hard.
Yeah, so I'm giving it to Dallas. And I know a lot of people are going to think I'm a fool. I'm an idiot. Cowboys can't do this. Cowboys are dumb. Cowboys are going to prevail. As long as they stay healthy. I think the Cowboys just barely squeak past the Eagles into the NFC Championship to play the Bengals in the Super Bowl.
Cowboys, Bengals. I got Bengals, Eagles.
Bengals and Cowboys in the Super Bowl.
I got Bengals, Eagles.
There ain't too many people that will call that Super Bowl, but
I don't know, man.
I just see it. I don't know. That's just what I see, man. I'm just putting.
Bobby said Chiefs, Cowboys.
Everybody change penny. No, ain't happening.
So you got Bengals, Cowboys.
Yeah, I got Bengals and
I
Cowboys.
got Bengals and Eagles. Might as well say our answer at the same time. For the first time in NFL history, I don't know. I just feel like this is the year. I'm not one of them Cincinnati fans because I am a Cincinnati fan. I do want to get that out of the way. This ain't no bias. I know you're gonna say it's bias. It's not. Go watch next week's episode whenever I got the top 5 teams that'll surprise win a Super Bowl. Yeah. It just, I don't know if it feels wrong to say that the Bengals are going to win, just the analyst in me, because that's, my dream. I don't want to ever sound biased to anybody, but I just really do believe that's what's going to happen, man. If the team name was the Bills and they had the team that the Bengals do, I'd have them winning. So I don't know. I don't think the Bengals have ever had a team like this. They've never had a player like Joe Burrow. I don't think that a team is as solid and as chemistryed up and gelled up as the Bengals are. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's been playing together. They were able to keep all their guys. They were able to pay Logan Wilson over 3 years the same amount as Roquan Smith's making in 1 year. They were able to pay Wilson and Pratt.
Take that to the bank.
They were able to pay Wilson and Pratt over 3 years what Roquan gets paid in 1 year. I'd rather have Wilson and Pratt over 3 years than Roquan in 1 year if I'm starting a franchise. That's my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But, like that, having that gelled chemistry, there's no team that's got that besides the Eagles. That's why I have them up there, man.
Like even Mixon restructuring his contract.
Mixon restructured it for a Super Bowl. And then you got Orlando Pace coming on Burrow's blind side. That's the only spot. They have 4 Pro Bowl linemen, and then you got Volson on his way to a Pro Bowler. He's one of the highest PFF graded linemen last year.
Yeah,
as a rookie.
I love that kid, dude.
He's a beast as a rookie. You got Orlando Brown at your left tackle, and you got Alex Kappa at your right guard, and then you got Ryan Jensen at center. And then you got Leo Collins going to get his right tackle spot. That's another Pro Bowler.
I mean, you can't.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I said Ryan Jensen. I meant Ted Karras. My bad.
You said who?
I said Ryan Jensen, not Ted Karras.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
You said Ryan Jensen?
Yeah. I don't know why.
Did you really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Oh, man. It's all right. You're right.
But still, 4 Pro Bowl offensive linemen, best wide receiver core in the league, best offense in the league. Defense. I mean, they did lose Jesse Bates and Von Bell. Not going to run away from that fact, but you got Olugier back. Then you got these young guys, Dax Hill. I mean,
Dax Hill showed a lot of promise.
Yeah, so
I'm excited for him. I think Asai coming back again. I was real excited about him before he got injured on his rookie year.
You still got Hendrickson.
You got Hubbard, DJ Reader.
And then you just got Miles Murphy.
DJ Reader, BJ Hill, Henderson, Sam Hubbard. I mean, look at that line, boys. Then you got their linebackers, our corners. I mean, come on. The only thing I think right now is soft right now. On the softest thing on our defense is the safety position. But as long as I feel like they can just if they step up even as half as we're expected, that's all we need from them. Since the rest of our defense can do the rest.
Our offense can make plays,
and our offense is going to make plays.
They're the number one offense.
You're not going to stop them from making plays. So saying like you don't see an offense at that caliber right now. I just don't see it. I don't know. So. And everybody's like, oh, yeah, you're a Bengal fan, like he's saying. It's not like that.
Right.
I swear, I just really feel there's not a team that's going to beat the Bengals when it comes all the way down to going to the Super Bowl.
So you got Bengals, Cowboys, Bengals winning. I got Bengals, Eagles, Bengals winning. That's our Super Bowls. That's our NFC predictions and our playoff bracket. Our AFC predictions was last week. We're going to have some fun game modes next week, so stay tuned. This was an extra long episode. for missing last week. I'm so sorry, but if you did miss AFC episode, go check that out. We're back to doing this thing. We're back to rocking. You can follow us on all social medias at Thread the Laces Podcast. You can also follow me on social media at Nate Stakes. And yeah, until next episode, Hoo day!
Hooray!